Hello students, we are discussing about conditional probability, some examples of this conditional probability. I have solved some of the examples of your book and the sixth example I have left for you because it is very similar to the previous examples. Now we are going to discuss an example where the outcomes are not equally likely. When the outcomes are said to be equally likely, if they have same chances of occurrence. That means if the sample points or the outcomes have equal probabilities of occurrence. Here, let us see this example 7, perhaps your NCERT book, where you will see that the probabilities of the outcomes are not same. That means the outcomes of the sample space are not equally likely, right? They are not equally likely, right? So in that case, how we will find out the conditional probability? Yes, what is that problem? Yes, says that let us consider the experiment of tossing a coin, right? Let us consider the experiment of tossing a coin. If the coin shows head, first you toss a coin. If the coin shows a head, toss the coin again. If head will fall, then we have to again toss the coin, right? Then in that case, either head will fall or tail will fall. Yes. But if it does not show head, in the first toss, if it does not show head, that means if tail will fall, if tail will fall, what will happen? We have to toss, we have to throw a die. We have to throw a die. A die has 6 faces, numbered from 1 to 6. This is the experiment. First we have to toss a coin. If head will fall, again we have to toss the coin. And if tail will fall, we, instead of that coin, we will throw a die which has 6 faces, and each outcome in that case, each outcome is equally likely, right? That means the chance of occurrence of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are same, right? And the question is, yes, first we have to find out the sample space before going to the problem. This is the experiment. Let us find out the sample space. Understand the experiment? Toss a coin. If head will fall, again toss a coin. If tail will fall, instead of coin, let us throw a die. So what are the possible outcomes of that experiment, right? It is a combination of two experiments, right? Yes, I have tossed a coin. If head will fall, then I will toss the coin again. So the outcomes will be what? Head, 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 tail. First is head. The second coin may, in the second coin, may tail will fall or head will fall. So these are the outcomes. If the first toss shows head, then the outcomes will be head, 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 tail. Understand? First coin is head. Second coin may be head or may be tail. So these are the two possible outcomes in that case. I have already told you that it is the combination of two experiments, right? Here you see, suppose tail will fall. If tail will fall, then I will throw a die. So what will happen? Tail 1, tail 2, tail 3, tail 4, tail 5, tail 6. These are the outcomes in the second case, right? So the total outcomes, what are the outcomes, possible outcomes? Head, tail, tail 1, tail 2, tail 3, tail 4, tail 5, tail 6. Yes, this is our sample space. These are the possible outcomes of the combined experiment, right? These are the possible outcomes. Because in the first toss, we do not know whether tail will fall or head will fall. If head falls, then we have to toss again a coin, and that will again, in that case, tail will fall or head will fall. Similarly, if tail will fall, these are the possible outcomes. So these are the all possible outcomes of our experiment, right? Yes, which has perhaps 8 elements. Head, tail. Tail 1, tail 2, tail 3, tail 4, tail 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the outcomes of throwing a die. Right? While we are throwing a die, these are the outcomes. So the possible outcomes are these. Total possible outcomes of your experiment. That means this is our sample space. Head, tail. Tail 1, tail 2, tail 3, tail 4, tail 5, tail 6. Now, let us come to our problem. We know the experiment, we have the sample space. Now let us come to the event. Let us come to the event. What is our event? Yes, find the conditional probability of the event. Conditional probability of the event that the die shows a number greater than 4. The die shows a number greater than 4. Yes. If the die shows a number greater than 4, the first toss, tail must occur. So what is the, let E be that experiment, E be that event, E be the event that the die shows a number greater than 4. Yes. I have forgotten. Yes, this is the sample space. Let us first find out the probabilities of each outcome of the sample space. From the very beginning I have told you, this is not a sample space where the outcomes are equally likely. How? Let us see first. Suppose you see in the first toss, while I am tossing a coin, either head will fall or tail will fall, and in that case, these two outcomes, head and tail, they are equally likely. So probability of falling a head is half, and probability of falling a tail is also half. Right? Equal chances of occurrence, and their sum should be equal to, you see, the sum of the probabilities should be equal to 1. So it is half, this half. Further, while we are extending our experiment, in case if the head occurs, that means if head falls, I am tossing the coin again. While tossing the coin again I will get either head or tail. So in the combined experiment, you see, what is the probability of getting head? Again, in that case, the head and tail are equally likely, right? And this is a occurrence possibility is half. From that half, again they will be divided into half half, right? The occurrence of head, probability of occurrence of head is half, right? And from that half, the probability of getting head in the second toss is half. That means from the original it is half into half, half of half, half of half, that is 1 by 4. Similarly, getting this outcome, head tail, first toss head but the second toss is tail, the probability of this outcome is also 1 by 4 because it is the half of half. Probability of getting head in the first toss is half. So probability of getting tail in the second toss is again half of that half, right? Right. Here you see, if tail will fall, the probability of getting a tail in the first toss is half, I have told you. But here, while I am throwing a die, there are 6 outcomes. If you ignore the first one, if you ignore the first toss, you are now throwing a die. You are throwing a die. Here the outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? There are 6 outcomes and all of them are equally likely. All of them are equally likely. So, what is the probability of getting 1? It is 1 by 6. Probability of getting 2, this is also 1 by 6. Probability of getting 3, this is 1 by 6. Probability of getting 4, 1 by 6. 5, 1 by 6. 6, this is also 1 by 6. But, in that case, but getting a tail in the first choice is half. Probability of getting a tail in the first choice, first toss is half. And you see, probabilities of these events, these outcomes will be 1/6 of half. Probability of getting 1 is 1 by 6, 2 1 by 6 in a simple throw of a die. But occurring a tail, falling a tail, then getting 1 is what? For the die getting 1, it is 1 by 6. So once tail will fall, then we need 1. Right? Then there is a chance of occurrence of 1. If tail will not fall, then there is no chance of occurrence of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means we will never throw a die. So once tail will fall, then there is a chance of occurring 1, 2, 3, 4 or 6. So it is 1/6 of that half probability. So occurring tail 1 is 1/6 of half is 1 by 12. So probability of T1 is 1 by 12. T2 similarly it is 1 by 12, 1 by 12, 1 by 12. Thus probabilities of all these outcomes are 1 by 12. So yes, probability of these sample spaces, probability of head is 1 by 4, head tail is 1 by 4, T1 is 1 by 12, T2 is 1 by 12, T3 is 1 by 12, like this. All of them are 1 by 12. Right? Now, let us come to our event. Come to our problem. This is about the experiment, the sample space and the probabilities of each sample point. Yes. Probability of, I can write here, probability of head is 1 by 4, probability of head tail is also 1 by 4, probability of T1 is equal to probability of T2, probability of T6 These are all 1 by 12. How it is 1 by 12? We have discussed. Now let us come to the problem. Yes, find the conditional probability. Find the conditional probability of the event that the die shows a number greater than 4. So what is the event? If is the event that the die shows a number greater than 4. We will read it by part. If is the event that the die shows a number greater than 4. Yes, die shows a number greater than 4. Greater than 4 means it may be 5 or 6. So what are the outcomes? Sorry, in the event E, it is T5, T6. Yes, only 2 elements. Then this is the event shows a number greater than 4. Given that there is at least one tail, I have written here, let F be the event of getting at least one tail. F be the event of getting at least one tail. Let us search for such an event, such outcomes where at least one tail is there in the sample space. You see head, there is no tail. So it is not in our event F. Head, tail must be there. And in all other outcomes, tail is there. So the event F will be head, tail 1, tail 2, tail 3, tail 4, tail 5, tail 6. Understand? F is the event of getting a tail, at least one tail. Getting at least one tail. Right? You see, two tail will never occur. If tail occurs, we are throwing a die. So, yes, the event will be either head, tail 1, tail 2, tail 3, like this up to tail 6. So, this is the event F. We want to find out the probability, conditional probability of E upon F. That means E condition F. Find the probability of E provided F has occurred. F has occurred. E condition F. What is this formula? Probability of E intersection F by probability of F. So let us find out the probability of E intersection F. Yes, E intersection F, let us find out E intersection F. It is T5, whether it is there or not. Yes, it is there. T6, it is also there. So E intersection F is this, which is equal to E also. Here E is a subset of F. So E intersection F is E, right? It is this, which has two elements, right? Now, what is the probability of E intersection F then? It is the probability of T5 plus probability of T6. Probability of T5, it is 1 by 12. It is also 1 by 12. So it is 1 by 12 plus 1 by 12. It is 1 by 6. Then probability of F. What are the outcomes in F? These are the outcomes. So probability of F is, yes, in the axiomatic approach we have already discussed that probability of an event is the sum of the probabilities of each outcome in the event. Right? In case of equally likely outcomes, we find probability of an event is equal to cardinality of the event by cardinality of the sample space. But this is not the formula for the outcomes where the outcomes are not equally likely. In this case, we have seen the outcomes are not equally likely. So here, probability of the event F means sum of the probabilities of each outcome in the event F. So it is probability of HT plus T1, probability of T2, like this up to this. I have written probability of HT is 1 by 4 we have discussed, and all other have probability 1 by 12, 1 by 12, 1 by 12. So it is 1 by 4 in plus 6 into 1 by 12, because there are 6 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now it is 1 by 4 plus 6 by 12 means it is 1 by 2. We'll take the LCM, it is 1 plus 2, that is 3 by 4. Now put the formula. Probability of E under condition F is equal what? Probability of E intersection F, we have got it, it is 1 by 6, and this is 3 by 4. That is 1 by 6 into 4 by 3, that is 2 by 9. So the required probability is 2 by 9, right? This is the answer. Okay? So this is the way we should be little bit careful. We should be little bit careful where calculating the probabilities of an event or probability, conditional probability. Okay? In case of outcomes where they are not equally likely. Let us discuss another example, another problem from your exercise. Okay? Yes. 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 Question number 10A. Find the conditional probability a black and a red dice are rolled, and a red dice are rolled, right? Find the conditional probability, find the conditional probability of obtaining a sum greater than 9, given that the black die resulted in 5. Given that the black die resulted in a 5. Resulted in a 5, right? Yes. Let us discuss this example. A black and a red dice are rolled. There are two dice, one black die and one red die. Two dice are rolled, right? That means, what will be the outcomes? What will be the sample space? Right? Sample space will be 1 1, 1 2, 1 6, 2 1, 2 2, 2 6, up to 6 1, 6 2, 6 6, right? Yes. This is the sample space. Find the conditional probability of obtaining a sum greater than 9. Yes, EB is like this, xy, so that x plus y greater than 9. So what will be the cases? Yes, I may take. Suppose the first one is red, the second one is black. Whatever it will be. 6 greater than 9 means 6, 4, 6, 6, 5, 6, 6. The sum is greater than 9. Instead of 6, if 5 will fall in the red, then it will be 5, 6, 5, 5, 5, 5 must be there, and 5, 6. Right? If 4 occurs in the first, then it is 4, 6, 3, no. Because if it is 3, the first one, the red one is 3, the black, even if it is 6, 3 plus 6, it is equal to 9, it is not greater than 9. So this is our event E. And here you see, here in the sample space, all the outcomes are equally likely. Outcomes are equally likely. Right? So, probability of each outcome will be 1 by 36. There are 36 number of outcomes. So each outcome probability will be 1 by 36. Right? So it is this. And what is condition? Given that the black dice resulted in a 5. So F is equal to xy such that y is equal to 5. Suppose the second one is black, suppose, then what will happen? Yes, it is 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 5, 6, 5. Right? It is this 5, 5, 6, 5. The black one is always 5. The resulted in a 5. Right? So, cardinality of the F is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Right? So, probability of F is equal to 6 by 36, that is 1 by 6. Right? 1 by 6. Now, E intersection F. E intersection F. E intersection F. Let us see. Yes. 5, 6, 5. It is here. And 5, 5. It is also here. Right. 5, 5. No other element. Right. Is 5, 5, 6, 5. Because it should be greater than 9. The sum should be greater than 9. Right? So, probability of E intersection F is equal to 2 by 36, that is 1 by 18. Now, yes, probability of E condition F, sum greater than 9, but the black die resulted in 5. So it will be what? Probability of E intersection F division probability of F, that is equal to, right? It is 1 by 18 division probability of F is 1 by 6. That is 1 by 18 into 6 by 1, that is 1 by 3. So this is the conditional probability of getting the sum greater than 9 provided the black die resulted in 5. So this is how we have to calculate the probabilities of the required events. Okay. Yes, you try your best to solve all the problems of your exercise. I have already done all the examples, discussed all the examples, and if any problem is unsolved, then you inform me through comment or through my Facebook account so that we will solve other problems. Next time we will go to another part of this chapter, that is independent events. Okay, independent events and the theorem, the great theorem, that is multiplication theorem. Multiplication theorem we will discuss later.